104, no. That's fucked up. The Roman Empire. Empire that is from. Wait, it is a republic, so should I be saying the Republic of Age or when it became an empire? Anyway, this is just fucking shit. You see this? All the territory the Roman Empire had? It's fucking shit. It's useless, pathetic, no one wants it. Like, why do you even exist? Like, look at this old beautiful land over here. Like, over there, Han, Salani. Fun fact, ancient Bulgarians existed in there. Iterations. Technicality, it's full fucking loud. Fucking music, fucking Romans. And you can ask Rad. And it just, you think this empire, like, it's strong, has lots of wins, but it has only like 75 losses. They're not talked about because when you watch Empire, you only think about the good stuff that has done. Inventions, victories, genocides. But now, I'm gonna read all of the essentially battles of the Roman Empire that has lost. By the way, my knowledge on Roman history is non-existing, so I don't give a shit if I say anything wrong. Just let me send the link of the song that I used to be quite rightful. Capaz que pronto bit como é que muda? Antium. Deva to euro. Тваля майка му дава. Що ми показва, че... Аз идиот ли съм? Това грешната битка ли е? Ма тук ми показва, че победах. Какво съм записал майна? Това е второто. Що ми показва, че е римска победа? Трябва да ми загубите! Аз... Това май, че... Хайд. Това ли е правилното? Yes! Така, накрая. Намерих правилното. Ох, пак трябва да пусна песента. Yeah, about the stream guide. Yeah, it's stuffed. No one's watching, so who gives a shit? This. What the hell? Where's the fucking... The battle of the Alia? The battle of the Alia was fought in 387 BC between the Saxons, a Gallic tribe led by Brennus, who had invaded northern Italy, and the Roman Republic. That fun fact, this is the first Roman empires, technically like public, lost. And for me, I think this is way too loud. I'm sorry, I need to show you this. I'm fucking done. My PC cannot. I just no. You saw nothing. The battle was fought at the confluences of the Tiber River and Alia Brook, 11 Roman miles, 16 I don't know, north of Rome. The Romans were routed and subjugated by Rome was sacked by the Sezones. According to the scholar Piero Treves, the absence of any archaeological evidence for destruction level of this date suggests that this sack of Rome was specifically only. Why do I have to think this written by a first grader? Откуда там? The date of the battle has been traditionally given as 390 BC in the Varianian chronology based on an account of the battle by the Roman historian Livy Plutarch. Yeah, Plutarch. Because it said Roman, but Roman guy, fuck. Noted that the battle took place just after the summer solstice, when the moon was near the full, a little more than 360 years from the founding of Rome, or shortly after 393 BC. The Greek historian Polybius used the Greek dating system to date this battle as having taken place on 3087, which the most probable. Tacitus listed to date as 18th of July. The Severian War, according to Titus Livius, 6 meters, the censor ordered its rebellion after the sack. Date, we already said that. Location, we already said that. Result, already said, but what to say? Garlic. Victory. Delegates, Roman Republic, Gauss, Sedones, Boi, Insuberes. Commander and leaders. Is that the one fucking name? Quantus Sulpicus Longus. Bernus. Victory Corporation. Background: the Sezones were only of the various garlic tribes that had recently invaded North Italy. They settled on the shut the fuck up, it's copyrighted! Yeah, no music. Northern Italy, they settled in the Adriatic coast around what is now Rimini, according to Levi. They were called to the Etruscan town of Silum. Slop, the town of Slop, by Ainus, an influential young man of the city who wanted to take revenge against the Simuku, who soon had banged his mother. When the citizens appeared, the clans felt threatened and asked Rome for help. The Romans sent 3 sons of Marcus Fabius Amatus, one of the Rome's most powerful aristocrats, as ambassadors. They told the girls not to attack Clusium, and if they did, the Romans would fight to defend the town. They asked to negotiate peace. The citizens accepted peace if the Clauses would give them some land. There was a quarrel and battles broke out. The Roman ambassador joined in one of them. Then killed a senior chieftain. That was a violation of the rule that ambassadors had to be neutral. The brothers had taken sides, and one of them had also killed Cesena. The Gauls withdrew to discussion with action to take. According to... Is that the father of history? No, that's some bootleg version of him. Damn, they lost a lot. According to Dionysius of Lycaonuses. Lucullus was taken the king of the city. He assigned the guardianship of his son to Anus before he died. When the son became a young man, he fell in love with the wife of Anus and seduced her. Cook. Grieving Anus went to Gauss to sell wine, olives, and figs. The Gauss had never seen such pearls as Anus if they were produced. He replied that they came from a large and fertile land inhabited by only few people who were not good fighters. He advised them to drive the people out of their land and enjoy their fruit as their own. He persuaded them to come to Italy, go to Clusium, make wars. Water. The announced account presumes that those Gauls had not invaded Italy and were in Gaul. When Quintus Fabius, one of the Roman ambassadors, killed a Gallic leader, they wanted the brothers to be handed over to them to pay the penalty for the men they had killed. What is this? Why is it so long? Roman Empire is supposed to have no history. What is this? When the ambassador of the Caesars arrived in Rome and deemed the three Fabi brothers to be handed over to them, the Senate was persecuted by favoritism not to repress opinion against the powerful Fabia family. To avoid being blamed for possibly defeating the Gauls attack, they referred to the matter to the people. Levi wrote that those who punished they were asked to decide were elected. With Kureiji power head of state of the coming year. The Gauls were enraged that those who had violated the law of the nation had been horned march on Rome from Clausius. Levi wrote that in response to the temptation caused by their swift advance, terrified cities rushed to arms and country folk fled, but the Gauls signified their shouts wherever they went to their destination was Rome. So, why the fuck is so detailed? Just have one source that tells that both countries fights and they fucked each other. What is this? Why is it so detailed? This is way too complicated for my brain. I wish that most of the battles are not that long. Let's see battle. How long are you? Why did I change the UI for the section of Wikipedia? There are only two agent accounts that provide data of the battle. One is Levi and the other one is by Dionorus Circulo. According to Levi, no special measures were taken in Rome, and Levi was not larger than happened usually in ordinary campaigns. The Gauls marched on Rome so quickly that Rome was thundershocked by the swiftness and which they moved, which shown both by the haste and mastering timing, as if they were meeting a spur of the moment emergency, and difficult in getting any further than the 11th milestone. At the eastern juncture of Tiber River and Alia Brook, the parties met the Romans. Presumably were outnumbered. They did not set up camp or build a defense rampart, and they did not divine the gods? Fuck you mean? I don't know what, as they were supposed to. Okay. They sent wings to avoid being outflanked, but that made their lines so thin, weakened, that the center could hardly be kept together. They placed the reserves on a hill on the right. Brennas, the Sinion chieftain, suspected that to be reassured that the reserves would attack him from the rear while he was fighting the Roman army in the plain. He therefore attacked the hill. Why is the fucking detailed? Like Bulgarian battles are like this. Tsar Simeon the Great died on a fat horse died, came to new horse, killed Romans, and victory royale. What is this? Why so detailed? Like anything from first, second Bulgaria, from anything behind of period of time I'm talking about, from the second Bulgarian Empire, it's not that fucking detailed. Like go. I'm not even gonna try. I'm trying to say go research ancient Bulgarian history because there is complicated matter. But fuck man, maybe I shouldn't be comparing it to ancient Bulgarian history because in there are lots of schizos, and I'm one of them. The Romans panicked the left wing, threw their arms down and fled to the bank to the river Tiber. Mongrels! Pathetic. Pathetic. Oh, a picture depicting what happened. Yes, below. Look at them, spearing the head. That man falling down. I don't know if that's a Roman weakling. But fuck him. The guys killed soldiers who were blocking one other's path in the direction you fight. Oh, friendly fire. Wait, okay. Those who could not swim were weak were weighed down by their armor and drowned. Ah! So much. Still, the majority of these men reached the valley and Trushkan city that recently been conquered by Rome and was near the other bank. They did not even send a messenger to warn Rome, the right wing. Further from the river and closer to the hill, fled to Rome. The gods were surprised at how easy the victory has been. That was a victory! Next one. Motherfucker! Motherfucker! Obvious, kup prećme. Shiftless? Battle of the Chaldean Forks. Folks? No, Forks, okay. The Battle of Chaldean Forks, 3021 BC, was the second event of the Second Samanthian War. Its designation as battle is mere historical formation. There was no fighting and there was no casualties. The Romans were trapped in an enclosure rally at Sarmatians, so it's more like an event, but still, they lost stuff, which is good. Before they knew that was happening and nothing remained but not to negate an unfavorable Serenata action was entirely political, with magistrates on both sides trying to obtain the best terms for their side without disrespecting common beliefs concerning that the rules of war and conduct of peace in the end of the Samantines decided it would be better for future generations to let the Romans go. While the Romans were impaired in the prosecutor, their campaign against the Samantines by conquering barrier of the region and honor. Let's see the picture. Nice. Roman Republic, Tintus, Virginius, Calvis, Spring, Patatus, Albanians, Gallius Pontus, the Samanian, according to Levi's account, the Semitic commander Gallus Pontus, hearing the Roman army was located near Galatia, sent 10 soldiers disguised as herdsmen with order to give the same story, which was the Sementians were besieging Serra in Apulia. The Roman commanders, completely taken in by this ruse, decided to set off and give aid to the Serra wars. They chose the quicker route. The longer road led to become Appia north of the Canadian force, a narrow one that passed near the Canadian force surrounded by the mountains, and could be entered only by two defilers. The Roman entered by one, but when they reached the second defile, they found out it's barricaded. They returned at once to first defile, only to find that house secretly held by Sementians. At this point, the Romans, according to Levi, fell into total despair, knowing the situation was quite hopeless. Spaniards had no idea what to do to take advantage of their successor, hence Pontus was persecuted to send a letter to his father, Hymenaeus. The reply came back to that the Romans should be sent on their way unharmed as quickly as possible. Titus was rejected, and further letter was sent to Heraclius. This time the advice was to kill the Romans down to the last man. Yay! Genocide. Not knowing what to make of such contrary advice, the Samanthians then asked like Heraclius to come in person to explain when Heraclius arrived and explained that they were to set out the Romans free without harm. They would gain the Romans' friendship. If they killed the entire Roman army, then Rome would be so weakened that they would not pose a threat for many generations. At this his son asked, was there not a middle way? Heraclius stated that any middle way would be unfittingly holy, and would leave the Romans smart to ignore revenge without weakening them. More historians have caused doubt of the details of the account, neither refining leading to a certain plain is narrow and steep, as Levi's dramatic description would suggest. The western front near Arizona is over kilometer wide, and it's unlikely that the Sementians would have time to block the infantry in the brief time. The Romans would have taken it across Pelaine, defined near Ariapia, and returned the distance to event which is narrow, it is wide through to make it possible to march. To while keeping out of large masses thrown from his heels on the other side, Carlson suggests that Levite geography may have been influenced by accounts of the campaigns of Alexander the Great, which were contemporary at this event. Next, Lost. Obvious uselessly. Damn, why did the Roman Empire have to lose so many battles? I have to read a lot. At least this one is gonna be about Hannibal. I think this one is right, Hannibal. I guess I'm gonna find out. Oof. Let me check if Obvious is still fucking looking. You're live? Okay. Pop. Oh! Hey, Hannibal. Look how cute he is. Ah! Wow. Что? Уф. The Battle of Trivia. Or was the first major battle of the Second Punic War, fought between the Carthaginian forces of Hannibal. Uh, why is it just me, or when you hear the name Hannibal, you think of honey? Because always when I hear Hannibal, the first thing to come to my mind is not the guy, but honey for some reason. Up. And a Roman army under Sempronius Longus. Springia Longus. On 22 or 23 of December 2018. Each army had a strength of about 40,000 men. The Carthaginians were strong in cavalry, the Romans in infantry. The battle took place on the floodplain of the west bank of the lower Trebia River. Wait, isn't like the Battle of Trebia like being the most bloody battle before Christ in European land? Because there's like one in China that is a lot bigger. I don't know. Not far from the center of Palesetta, modern Plisiana, and rescued in heavy defeat for the Romans. Cada viejo. The war broke out between Carthage and Rome in 2090 BC. The late Carthaginian general Hannibal Honey responded by leading a large army of the Iberian peninsula throughout Gaul, across the Alps, and into Sicily, Gaul. The Moda The Romans sent on attacking against the reduced force which had survived the regions of the march, and Publius Scapio personally led the cavalry and light infantry of the army. He commanded against the Carthaginian cavalry at the Battle of Takis. The Romans were soundly beaten and Scapio was wounded. The Romans retreated to near Placentia, fortified their camp, and awaited reinforcements. The Roman army in Sicilia, under Sesponius, was redeployed to the northern and joined Scipio's force. After a day of heavy skirmishing in which the Romans gained the upper hand, Sipyrus was eager for battle. Hannibal used his Numidian cavalry to lure the Romans out of their camp onto ground of his choosing. Uh, First, fresh Carthaginian cavalry routed and outnumbered Roman cavalry and Carthaginian light infantry, outflanked the Roman infantry. Previously, Carthaginian force attacked Roman infantry into the rear. Most of the Roman units then collapsed, and most Romans were killed or captured by the Carthaginians, but unhindered. Sepulis maintained formation and fought their way out to safety of Placenta, recognizing the Carthaginians as dominant force in the Spilling Galley across Florida, and Hannibal's army grew. The following spring had moved south into Roman Italy and gained another victory at the Battle of Lake Tremesa in business 260 marched to southern Italy and inflicted the disastrous defeat of the Battle of Cannae, after once the last of what most historians describe as three great military calamities suffered by the Romans in the first 3 years of the war. No. How fucking long is this? I'm gonna read about the one and just move on. It's hard to talk. I cannot really talk for a long period of time. Early stage, the terrain between the Carthaginian camp and the Tiberia was on wood flood plain. Uh, where where it was apparently impossible to stage an ambush. Hannibal, however, had his younger brother Mango take 100 cavalry and 100 infantry during the night to the south of where he intended to fight the battles secret himself in the old watercourse wolf brush. The next morning was cold and snowy. Short after daybreak, Hannibal sent his Numidian cavalry across the river to force back the Roman pickets and provoke a fight. Meanwhile, the rest of the army ate an early breakfast. Oh, that's a nice detail. They're preparing for a battle that may die. They're on maybe like a death row, but they got their last meal. Ah, that's cute. For battle, when the Numidians appears in Putius, Pronutius, Fuctius, ordered out of his cavalry to chase them off. Polybus writes the Numidians easily cut them and retreat, but afterwards we are thrown and attack with great daring. This being their peculiar tactics. The Confederation broke down into wielding massive cavalry, but the Moonies refused to withdraw. Spanish promoted all of his first 6,000 legions and then his whole army. He was so eager to give battle that few, if any, of the Romans had eaten breakfast. The Moonies withdraw. Oh, it's the eating breakfast detail again. The Romans withdraw slowly and surprisingly pushed his army after them in 3 columns, each 4 kilometers long. Through the city, icy waters of the Tiberia, which was turning chest high, the Romans were met by Carthaginian light cavalry. Behind them, the entire Carthaginian army was forming up for battle. The Romans also organized themselves in the battle formation and advance. The The cavalry of both sides fell back to their position of the wings. The large number of the light infantry in each army extremely javelin for the Romans, a mixture of javelin men and slingers from bellicose for the Carthaginians. Skirmish between the main armies. The Roman Velitians had used many of their javelins. And against the Roman cavalry, while the Carthaginian skimmers were fully supplied, and the slingers among the Carthaginians outreached the Vernis by some distance. As opposite to their opponents, the Venetians were. Dígame. Našli do nás. Skirmish were fully supplied and the slingers among the Carthaginians dashed the Venetians by some distance as opposite to their the Venetians were unfriended and also tired and cold from coming for these reasons. The Carthaginians got to battle in infantry, missing and the Venetians back to the castle. Heavy infantry, and infantry then moved towards the flanks of their army and harassed the Roman cavalry with their missiles before finally falling back behind the colonies. The gap with the armies closed. Formation. June. Formation of those from civilians. Sure. Okay, other center perhaps wasn't strong. Which I there were the Allied force. Some of the secular force still are cosplaying ghosts. Curious how many of them were positioned. The servers not having to serve grouping for the Constantine. Nah, but I have wings. Engagement. So, engagement. The Romans had total of approximately 30,000 heavy infantry to the Carthaginians. 20,000 and could expect sooner or later to overcome their opponents by weight of numbers. Carthaginian line was also in danger of being outflanked by the strong Roman force. To guard against this, Hannibal timed the Carthaginian line, especially that of the Gauls in the center, to be lengthened to a match to the Romans. Also, with tactical forethought typical of him, he had positioned the elephants on either side of the infantry, which discouraged the Roman infantry from approaching their flanks too closely. On each wing, 5,000 Carthaginians and 2,000 cavalry Roman cavalry changed each other. The Roman cavalry were not only outnumbered, but their horses were tired from chasing the Numidian cavalry, and many had been wounded by missiles. Carthaginian light infantry. Both countersended rapidly, the Romans fleeing back over Trebia, and most of the Carthaginian cavalry pursuing them. Goths were describes the fight put up the Romans' glorious feeble military history. Province Sablin says the two contents were speedily decided. Courage had infantry who had withdrawn to the wings behind the cavalry, moved forward around now exposed Roman flanks. The Roman light infantry who had withdrawn to the near Roman heavy infantry. In terms of his developing retreat, many of the Roman ally heavy of each flank also turned to their flanks to face this new threat, which eventually took much of the impetus of their parent formation pass against the African and Iberian infantry to their fronts. At the time, I noticed in the heat of battle, Mago's force of 200 had been making its way down the watercourse onto the plain and into a position where they could attack the Romans. Left near rear. All his were happening to fighting between the two heavily infantry continues had continued fiercely with more numbers and better armored Romans getting the battle of it, despite being weakened by many of their components. Units having a turn to flank or rear. Mag first charged into the Venets, who were already feeding off the Carthaginian light infantry. Joined to Venetians who were already, but their formation held. Some of the rear rank of the legions that Rirari turned to the ascension of the Venetians, increasing numbers of Carthaginian cavalry broke of their pursuit, returned and attacked their own rear. Eventually, the strength of Toad and the units of Latin allies and Gauss to the flank. The Latins to the rear started to break up. We met Roman infantry in the center around 8,000 Gauss facing them, as well as units of Aryan heavy infantry. Broke clear through the center of the Carthaginian army. By the time they covered their pursuit and recognized it was clear, the rest of their army behind them had the assault, and that army was lost. Septurius, who was fighting the Roman infantry, ordered them away from the side of the battle and maintained their formation. 100 of them recrossed the Trebia and reached the nearby Roman held center of Placentia, without interfacing from the Carthaginians concentrated pressing and coaching down the British separate balance of the Roman army. There is debate among modern historians as the Roman Roses, for the Roman Roses. Dexter Hoyos states that the only Roman service were infantry who broke to the Carthaginian center. Lakers may say that many of this group were killed. Nigel Banhayo writes that the only minority of the Roman cavalry survived. God's word stated that the Romans suffered heavily, but that numerous of Romans stayed into Placentia for one of their camps. In addition to the formed group of John Lenz raised that outside of the few infantry escaped, most guided, as those as Cottrell, according to Paul et Crab, the Romans lost on cause during the battle, however, their force disclosed those captured. Generals are genuine and agreed to have been several thousand of the Gallic infantry in the center
numbers of their vegetarian of the girl and several elephants. So I feel equipped with capture Roman weapon. Next. The Battle of Lake Transian. Oh. The Battle of Lake Transian was fought with the Kureiji force. Oh, wait, is that a guy? Yeah. Hannibal Barska ambushed a Roman army commanded by Gaius Flaminius on 21st of July. Hey, that's fo- one day before my birthday. Wait, that's June, not July. Pardon. 2070, the Second Punic War. The battle took place on the north shore of Lake Tramucene, to the south of Cortona, and resulted in a heavy defeat for the Romans. War had broken out between Rome and Carthage in 2018. Hannibal of the Carthaginian territories southeast Iberia marched an army toward Gaul across the Alps and arrived in Sicily, North Italy. We already said that. What the fuck are these casualties? More than 50,000 were their manpower and lost only like 1 or 2,000, and the Romans were annihilated. Annihilated. Yeah, like the back door. I should wait. But of setting the ambush, the Shrine has chances, but at the time of the battle, the road led along the north shore of the lake, then turned south, still along the lake shore, before climbing away from the lake through a defile to the north of the road, were a range of low hills that came closer to the lake, towards the east, steadily reducing the open ground between them and the lake. The creature made camp where the hills were close to the lake, near the defile. This was clearly visible to the Romans. Once it was dark, Hannibal sent the commanders of his army on night march behind the hills to the north of the lake to take up positions from which they could not ambush the Roman army. North marches are notorious difficult and often result in units becoming lost in the dark of alerting their enemies. The Carthaginians avoid both those and took up positions on the reserve shores of the hills. Carthaginians cavalry were positioned further to the west, north entering Lake infantry to their east, and their spears African and Libyan infantry further east. Fairly close to their camp, modern historians place the bulk of the many Carthaginian light infantry either around the defile of the mouth, or as reinforcing the Gauls in the Carthaginian line. On the morning of 20 June, the Romans set on very early and marched eastward along the north edge of the lake. Ancient accounts settled that Attic morning must near the lake limited visibility, but some more historians have suggested that this was already invented by Scribner to excuse the Romans' subsequent unreadiness for the battle. As long as expecting battle, the Romans probably marched to their three columns, which they had before battles, but this was relatively quicker to maneuver into a battle. The line comprehended with a single line of march. This swiftness was related as forming na, 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 an army up in battle was complicated, after which would take several hours under the circumstances. The Romans would have had the screen of the light infantry out to their front and to a laser extend their flank as skirmishing was usual before battle with the armies. Expedient the light troops shading their clothes or collages. They formed the Flaminus, then not sent out cavalry scouts to make more distance recognizes Roman armies of the time really did so. Spring trap. The leading Romans made contact with the most easterly of the Carthaginians police. Some of the African were bearing close order infantry, and the signal was given for all the Carthaginians to advance, possibly by the sound of trumpets. According to some ancient accounts, the Romans could hear these signals of their flank and their rear, but could not see their enemy, which caused confusion. It would have taken several hours for the Romans to convert their formation into a battle array, if they had known which direction to face, as it was the Carthaginians attacked unexpectedly from the flank and rear, possibly with poor visibility. There was no chance to form even rudimentally fighting line. Some Romans fled with others clustered into groups of various size, ready to engage the enemy on all sides. The fugitives and many of the important armed groups were rapidly cut down or captured. Other groups of the Romans put was defeated essentially in the center where the attacking Gauls suffered heavy casualties before beating down the third Romans after 3 hours of heavy combat. According to Polybius, Romulus was capably surprised and provided no effective leadership. The openly pro-Roman action historian Gabi, who always paints a poor picture of Luminous, according to sentences like that there was active activity and valiant in attempting to rally his army and organize a defense before cutting down by Gaul. The Aragos struck a portion of the Roman army collapsed, men attempted to swim across the lake and drowned, others wiped out until the water was up to their necks, and the Carthaginian cavalry swarmed their horses at the chop of their exposed heads. The trap fell too close onto the 60,000 Romans at the front of the column, who were possibly also the most prepared for battle, and they pushed their way out the flank against little opposition, realizing that they could not affect the battle behind them. They marched on later in the day. They were surprising by pursuing Virginians and surrendered by total force under the Hannibal, with the promise of being discarded and freed with a government price. According to Levi Hannibal, this proved and only applied this to allied captives of selling the Romans into slavery. Many of the Carthaginians of the century, especially the Libyans, equipped themselves with captured Roman armor. Casualties and follow-up. The ancient sources are unclear as to the fate of the approximately 25,000 Romans known to have been engaged. According to a computer analyst and Senator Fabius Vector, 5,000 were killed and 10,000 were settled. The visually labeled Ponebus has 3,000 killed and most of them were captured. Paris reports losses of 150 killed for the Christians, most of them Gaius Levi gives they of the many who died of their wounds. The second Roman army ordinary position of the Adriatic coast commanded by Genius Commandos had been measuring west, intending to join up into Terminus, unaware that the destruction of Rome's army had left the Christians unable to maneuver freely. Germans entered cavalry force of scouting ahead when it was suppressed by the Carthaginians a few days after Manson nearly were killed in the first clash. Balance were surrounded to capture the next day. King Osman dragged his favorite army and mother and of the Adriatic.